Welcome to AK Anime Explainer. Today is explanation of Soul Land 3, Legend of the Dragon King Part 107. Without any delay, start explanation. Tens of thousands of years had passed and technology had made several leaps since humanity grasped the power of martial souls. With the advent of titled Duluos, humans no longer ran from soul beasts with their tails tucked between their legs. The number of soul rings a person possessed reflected the strength of their cultivation. Mankind had advanced to the point where amassing more than 9 soul rings was no longer a dream. Every soul power rank from 90 onward provided a surge in strength. In order to become a titled Dulu, one needed to break through the threshold of rank 90. After reaching rank 95, they would stand at an even higher peak and possess the powers of a hyper-Doluo. Ultimately, a soul power of rank 99 gave rise to a limit Doluo. Only with a limit Doluo could humanity contend with the greatest of soul beasts, for the two types of existences stood on equal footing. The first appearance of a limit Dulu marked a turning point in mankind's history, opening the door to humanity's rise as the masters of the continent. Then came the mythical generation in which the Tang sect founder, Thousand Hands Doluo Tang San, was born. With his Tang sect arts and twin martial souls, he surpassed his limits, rose to the summit of the world, and ascended to godhood. He was the sky beyond the sky. But he wasn't the only legendary figure to appear. His 6 companions, which along with him wore the banner of the Shrek 7 monsters first generation, also reached the heavens. To this day, after thousands of years of progress, no subsequent generation of the Shrek 7 monsters surpassed the first. Another turning point for humanity occurred 10,000 years after Tang San's ascension. That was when the spirit Ice Doluo Huiyuhao appeared, bent on reviving the Tang sect. In a time of a declining soul beast population, he created spirit souls in order to ease the tensions between soul beasts and humanity. With spirit souls as the basis, he founded the Spirit Pagoda. From then on, soul technology rapidly progressed and mankind invented all sorts of soul devices and mechas. After a few thousand years, battle armor was introduced to the world. This marked the occasion in which mecha technology could finally transcend the might of soul masters. Battle armor gave a soul master an incredible power boost. With forward battle armor equipped, new title Doluo could match a limit Doluo in might. Although a limit Doluo was the highest form of existence attainable by mortals, aided by battle armor, no soul beast could stand a sliver of a chance. In the end, most of the common soul beasts were wiped out. So, Tang Wulin and the others clearly knew how formidable a forward battle armor master was. They could count the number of these powerhouses on the continent on their fingers. The most revered of beings. Rumor had it that the other 2 continents also had their share of forward battle armor masters. The residents of the Doluo continent wholeheartedly believed that with their homeland being the birthplace of soul masters, theirs were the greatest. Tang Wulin was already acquainted with a few titled Duluos, his grand teacher, Scarlet Dragon Doluo Shuosha, his blacksmithing teacher, Blazing Dragon Doluo Feng Wuyu, and the Silver Moon Doluo, Elder Cai. However, according to Wu Zhongkong, none of them were forward battle armor masters. There were people at Shrek Academy who were capable of being forward battle armor masters. But they were stuck with 3-word armor due to the Academy's limited resources, unable to advance to the next level. This was because creating a set of forward battle armor was nigh impossible. Yet just a moment ago, Tang Wulin and the others met the youthful-looking heavenly phoenix Doluo who was a forward battle armor. From that alone, they could piece together the puzzle. Her authority in the Spirit Pagoda must be astonishing. For once, Yuan and Yehue reacted to Yu Jingyu's words. The heavenly phoenix Doluo? The vice-chairman of the Spirit Pagoda's council? Yu Jingyu forced out a smile. Who else could she be? I never expected I would be so lucky to meet the heavenly phoenix Doluo today. That's 3 lifetimes worth of luck right there. Yearning filled his face, as if he had just met his idol. Tang Wulin glanced at Gu and was met with a smirk. Let's go, said Tang Wulin. They were finished with everything they had set out to do today. It was up to Xu Xiaoyan and Yuan and Yehue to think of a way to pay for their new spirit souls. Tang Wulin, Yuan and Yehue called out. He flashed her an amiable smile. You don't need to thank me. We're all working students here, so we should help each other out. I'm not thanking you, she said. I wanted to tell you to pay me my 20,000 contribution points as soon as possible. I need to raise money to pay for my spirit soul. Oh, Tang Wulin's face froze, prompting Gu and Xu Xiaoyuan to burst out laughing. Then his expression soured. 20,000 contribution points, 20,000. I'm never getting into debt again. Never, damn it. As soon as they arrived back on campus, Tang Wulin made a beeline for his blacksmithing workshop. Being in debt gave him an unbearable, unpleasant itch. He wanted to work it off as soon as possible. Just as he was about to begin forging, a knock sounded on the door. He opened it to find Yu Jingyu outside. Why are you here? Are you here to watch me work? Oh right, you still need to pay me for the jade silver. I'm sure you saw Yuan and Yehui asking me for her money, Tang Wulin said helplessly. Yu Jingyu smiled. I came here for exactly that reason. I don't have enough contribution points to pay you yet, but I do have federal coins. According to the Academy's exchange rate, it should be 100 federal coins per contribution point. She needs federal coins to pay for her spirit soul anyway, so you can just pay her 2 million federal coins. I thought I'd pay you 2 million federal coins as a down payment for the jade silver, and I'll make up the rest with metals. That should be better for you, right? Sounds good, said Tang Wulin. With the way blacksmiths slowly chipped away at their work, raw metal was far more valuable to Tang Wulin than contribution points. He needed materials to forge battle armor in the future. Since Feng Wuyu was paying for his food now and he didn't have anything to spend points on, he didn't need to hoard points for the time being. With a wealthy customer like Yu Jingyu lined up, he didn't need to worry about how to obtain spirit items in the future either. He could just forge for Yu Jingyu in exchange for what he needed. Lately, forging jade silver had been on the top of his blacksmithing list. It was better to focus on one goal at a time. He would forge other alloys once he was satisfied with his jade silver. His current success rate for alloy forging was 30%, which amounted to 7 out of 10 forgings being trash. Of the successes, most barely reached a 60% harmony rate. He had only forged 2 pieces with over a 90% harmony rate so far, and he had given both to Yu Jingyu. As for the low harmony rate pieces, he just kept them to himself. There were over a dozen pieces he saved to spirit refine them properly in the future. The value of spirit alloys and spirit refined metals were pretty close, but a spirit refined alloy was on an entirely different level. Everyone yearned to use such metal and the price was exponentially higher. For this reason, Tang Wulin wasn't too anxious about making money from forging at the moment, patiently waiting to reap greater rewards down the road instead. There was another reason why he wasn't losing sleep about this. Even though spirit-refined alloys might contain impurities, the higher the harmony rate of the alloy, the more chances he had to reforge and perfect it. Yu Jingyu's scheme was coming to fruition as well. He wasn't in a hurry for Tang Wulin to spirit-refine the 90% harmony rate pieces of jade silver. With his current cultivation level, a one-word battle armor was his limit. As such, 1,000 refined metal was sufficient. If he created his one-word battle armor with 1,000 refined jade silver, then he could add another metal to the jade silver in the future, spirit refine it, and directly upgrade his armor to 2-word. Going about his battle armor this way was luxurious. Tang Wulin had been reluctant to comply with Yu Jingyu's requests at first, but now that he understood what Yu Jingyu was aiming for, his heart raced as he imagined the possibilities. 2-word battle armor could fuse with its user. Whether it was spirit-refined metal or a spirit alloy, both possessed some intelligence and life. Because of this, the longer one was in contact with it, the greater their compatibility rate. Investing time to forge good foundational metal was better than forging new metal later on. Tang Wulin understood this. However, forging spirit alloys was no walk in the park, and forging 90% harmony rate pieces was even harder. Every success was birthed upon a mountain of failures. Yu Jingyu's Holy Angel clan might have the resources to burn, but Tang Wulin didn't. Fortunately, Yu Jingyu was providing him with raw materials for practice, not to mention he would pay for pieces with a 90% harmony rate or higher. That said, what Tang Wulin truly wanted wasn't money. It was more metal. After blacksmithing for an entire afternoon, Tang Wulin took a break to meet his friends for dinner. He had worked up an appetite. Wulin, don't push yourself too hard. Concern flashed in Guu's eyes as she took in his exhausted expression. Gu, I came up with an idea recently. Let's call Wu Sidua and Luo Guixing after we're done eating so I can tell you guys all at once, said Tang Wulin. Okay, said Gu, nodding. True to his word, Tang Wulin summoned them to his workshop after their meals. Class President, what did you call us for? Luo Guixing was quick to voice this question the moment they gathered. Although Tang Wulin managed to gain some measure of respect from Luo Guixing and Wu Sidua, enough to make them behave, there was still a wide distance between them. Both were prodigies with their names etched onto the Genius Youth's rankings. Their pride made it difficult for them to accept Tang Wulin just yet. At the very least, they didn't acknowledge his strength. So here's the deal. I've got an idea I want to present to you guys. I've been forging metal for a second-grade student who's also preparing to make battle armor, and compared to us, he's going about it in a completely different way. His way seems like it'll lay down a better foundation. If we borrow his method, I think it'll really help us as once we become battle armor masters. Tang Wulin explained Yu Zhengyu's plan. Yu Zhengyu had neither sworn him to secrecy nor was this method feasible for just anyone. It required a skilled blacksmith and a mountain of raw materials. Is that even possible? Luo Guixing was unconvinced. Just how much resources will it take to create a set of one-word battle armor made of spirit alloy? I can't approve of such a method. Wu Sidua shook her head. Your alloy forging success rate is low enough, but your chances of producing a piece with a 90% harmony rate is even lower. I'll admit I'm shocked that you can forge spirit alloys, but we'll have to bet on luck if we choose this method. Once we start on our battle armors, there's no going back. Beginning with 90% harmony alloy means using the same material for the entire set. Do you really think you can produce that much? If we go through with this and you can't, then even if we're only short one part, it'll be all for nothing. We won't even be able to graduate like that. She frowned. The sooner we finish our battle armors, the higher our chances of entering the inner court. Are you telling us to all gamble on your forging success rate? Tang Wulin couldn't help but nod at their words, his brow furrowing. It seems I was too eager and didn't think things through. Their criticisms were reasonable. Yu Zhengyu was wealthy enough to take this approach, but they weren't. Let's just stick with our original plan. Guu's nearly done with the hand and forearm armor designs and I'm ready to start making them the moment she is. I think what Wulin said makes sense, Guu interjected. It'll be challenging to create our armors with alloys, but the rewards will be great if we succeed. It'll be far easier for us to upgrade our armors in the future. Are you telling me you two aren't planning on using spirit alloys for your two-word battle armor? You'll never become a three-word battle armor master otherwise. If you have to do it eventually, then why not get a head start? I know it'll be tough for us, but it's worth the risk. I say we do as Wulin suggested. Guu moved to stand by Tang Wulin's side. Wu Sidua stared her down coolly. If you want to gamble, then do it yourself. Since we're split on what to do, how should we resolve this? How will our group proceed from here on? Luo Guixing remained silent, but it was clear he agreed with Wu Sidua. Tang Wulin patted Guu's shoulder. Forget about it. Let's just go with the original plan. I was letting my imagination get the better of me. Making our armors with alloys would be too expensive, and I'm not confident I could produce that much spirit alloy anyway. No. I want to use alloys for my battle armor, declared Guu. Tang Wulin was taken aback by her stubbornness, then warmth filled his heart. He understood that this was her way of supporting him. Wu Sidua's expression blackened. So are you saying we should disband? Guu snorted. If you want to disband, then we'll disband. You two didn't like us from the beginning anyway. Wu Sidua sneered. Fine. We're disbanding. Just remember that this is what you wanted. Don't regret this later. Let's see how you make your battle armor with just you two. With this said, she turned around to leave. Before Tang Wulin could call out to her, Yu stopped him with a tug of his sleeve. However, Luo Guixing ran in front of Wu Sidua, barring her from leaving. You're all so impulsive. This is no good for any of us. We were put in a group together by the academy to make mechas or battle armor as a test. How do you think we'll be evaluated if our group breaks up? It'll crush out chances of getting into the inner court. Everyone, just take a moment to calm down. How about this? I'll continue with the original plan with Wu Sidua. You two will forge and design as was planned. But on my side, I'm not skilled enough to work with spirit alloys, so you'll have to find another maker. Wu Sidua looked like she swallowed a lemon. She didn't leave, but she didn't say anything either. Staring Luo Guixing in the eye for a moment, Tang Wulin gestured his approval. All right. We'll do that then. I'll first grade 1000 refine your metals and Gu will finish the designs for your armor. As for our own armor sets, we'll find someone good enough to make them. Luo Guixing smiled. It's settled then. Let's end things here today. Give me a call when the designs are finished so I can start as soon as possible. After watching Wu Sidua and Luo Guixing's figures disappear into the distance, Gu turned to Tang Wulin with fury. Why did you agree to that? That Luo Guixing is no good. He's just taking advantage of us now. We're forging and designing for them, but they are not doing anything for us. Tang Wulin gave her a reassuring smile. Just because I didn't fight back doesn't mean I don't understand what's going on. First grade 1000 refining is as easy as cake for me now, and designing for them will also serve as valuable practice for you. Luo Guixing was right about us being a group. Even if we have conflicting views, we have to do our best to work together. Don't forget we're the leaders of the class. We can't let the other students see us fighting with each other. Gu snorted, indignant about their situation. Tang Wulin pressed his lips into a meek smile. They think it's impossible for us, so we'll just have to show them. Gu will still use magic silver in your armor. But heavy silver isn't suitable for you. That means no jade silver either. I think essence gold would be a better alternative. Magic silver and essence gold can be forged together into spirit gold, an alloy with great elemental amplification properties. Okay. I'll just listen to you, Gu said immediately. What about you then? What are you going to use? For me, I'll still try my hand with heavy silver as the base since I'm so familiar with it. It's also very dense, perfect for a foundational metal. Then I'll add star iron to form star silver. He rubbed his chin. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Star silver is really strong, has good soul power amplification properties, and can give way to so many possibilities when I add more metals to it in the future. My bloodline might be special, but I can't rely on just it. I have to think about how to grow my blue silver grass as well, so star silver is the most suitable metal for me right now. The two alloys are about as hard to forge as jade silver. Well, actually, your spirit gold is a tad bit more difficult, but I think I'll be able to pull it off. As for how high the harmony rate will be, that'll be up to luck. It's settled then. Since you already have heavy silver and magic silver, I'll go get some star iron and essence gold for you, said Gu. You will? Tang Wulin stared at her in astonishment. Star iron and essence gold were far more valuable than heavy silver or magic silver. The only reason he had decided on these alloys was because Yu Jingyu was providing him with heavy silver and magic silver. Gu had never talked about her family before and always lived a simple life, seldom indulging in any luxuries. He always thought her situation was similar to his own. Where are you going to get all that money from? Tang Wulin asked. You don't have to worry about it. Just focus on forging. I'll handle the metal. We have lots of metal at the Spirit Pagoda, you know? And I'm the vice chairman's direct disciple. Don't force yourself. We can work on it together, and if worst comes to worst, I can just sell some of my alloys to get the funds necessary. They should fetch quite a sum if I do. It's fine, I can handle this, said Guu. Her determination moved him, bright like a flame. Let's tell Xiaoyan and Xie about this when we get back. We'll let them practice with their group first, then once they are more skilled, we can help them make a one-word armor as well. Okay. I'll head back first, said Guu. There's a lot I have to change in the designs now that we're going to use spirit alloys. The original circuit core isn't suitable anymore. I'll need to think about this. Wu Sidua and Luo Guixing's concerns had made sense. If Tang Wulin couldn't guarantee high harmony rate alloys, then it was too risky for them to make their one-word battle armor with alloys. This was also why Tang Wulin agreed to find another maker. Since those two weren't making their battle armor now, he had to find someone else to fill the gap. As for who, he had no clue. He had originally been uncertain about this plan, but Wu Sidua and Luo Guixing's attitude toward him and Guu helped him steel his resolve. Everyone had their own pride and Tang Wulin was no exception. He convinced himself that he could prevail through his efforts. Although his martial soul was the trashy blue-silver grass and his gold light had been a defective spirit soul, through sheer perseverance, he grew stronger. Now he was the class president of Shrek Academy's first grade. Even Gold Light evolved to become Gold Song. Compared to everything that he had been through, this challenge was nothing. A speck at the bottom of his shoe. No matter what obstacles came his way, he'd face them one step at a time. Sun with rays. A cool evening breeze greeted Guu once she stepped outside. She frequently left campus for the Spirit Pagoda to handle her personal affairs. Not long after she passed through the gates, a glossy black SUV pulled up in front of her. A tall man got out of the driver's seat and walked over to open the door for her. If Tang Wulin were present, he would have been shocked. It would have been the most luxurious soul car he had ever laid eyes on. Guu entered the vehicle. The interior flaunted red leather seats and tan wood covers accented by shiny metal linings and gems. She took her seat calmly. Prepare 10 tons of essence gold and star silver for me. Yes, young miss, answered the driver. Let's get going to the Spirit Pagoda then. Understood. The black SUV pulled onto the road and sped off. Despite how fast the vehicle was going, Guu didn't experience a single bump or hear anything from outside. She relaxed into the soft leather seats, leaning against the window as she watched cars zoom by. As she stared out at the world, her eyes gradually lost focus. A while later, the SUV rolled to a stop in front of the Spirit Pagoda headquarters. Once again the driver got off to open the door for Guu, a hand hovering protectively over her head as she got disembarked. As Guu headed toward the Spirit Pagoda headquarters, the driver returned to the vehicle and drove off into the darkness. Guu made straight for the elevator and up to Leng Yaozhu's office. Oh, you're here. Leng Yaozhu smiled in greeting. Your mom just called me and asked how you were doing. She's really worried about you, you know. Guu laughed. What's there to be worried about? With you around, who would dare harm me? The corner of Leng Yaozhu's mouth quirked up a bit, but it wasn't quite a smile. Yeah, I found out about your little secret now. What secret? Guu asked suspiciously. Leng Yaozhu smirked. Your eyes. My eyes? Her confusion was evident by her creased brows. There's something different about your eyes when you look at Tang Wulin. You weren't looking at him like he was just anybody. So, you've got something going on with him. I don't. I've looked into Tang Wulin's background. He obtained a defective spirit soul from us in the past, yet he was still able to make it into Shrek Academy. Unbelievable. Guu's expression darkened. You investigated him? Leng Yaozhu chuckled. Of course I investigated the person our little princess is interested in. But you don't have to worry. We won't interfere with your life. If you really do like him, then that's that. As a student at Shrek, he's got the qualifications to be with you. Your family is really open-minded too, so they won't act all melodramatic about it. Just don't forget that you're only 13 years old. It's too early for you to be thinking about this kind of stuff. If you're serious about wanting to date him, then at least wait a few years until you two are both more mature. Guu blushed, blurting out in a fluster, "No way. Stop talking such nonsense, teacher. We're just classmates and nothing more." Sure. If that's what you want to call it, Ling Yaozhu said with an eyebrow raised. That Tang Wulin's quite a catch though. He might not be very powerful right now, but he shows great potential. I watched his battle with the demon lizard dragon, and was shocked when he completely suppressed it with his aura and killed it in one hit. You guys wouldn't have made it to the 12th floor if not for him. If my guess is right, he has a draconic bloodline. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's definitely inclined towards pure strength. Although the demon lizard dragon is a land dragon, its draconic blood is quite strong. The fact that he could suppress it shows how formidable his bloodline is. Though, it's a pity about his martial soul. A strong bloodline won't be enough to make up for that. Are you sure he doesn't have twin martial souls? Guu frowned. I'm not sure either. His body's situation is special. His bloodline can produce a golden ring, but I'm absolutely certain it's not an actual soul ring. The aura is completely different. He's able to use that power even without a single drop of soul power in his body. Let's just watch for now then. It's really a pity that the Tang sect has already snatched him away, said Ling Yaoshu, sighing. Otherwise, I definitely have recruited him. Those other kids are quite something as well. They may not be as talented as you, but they can still be considered geniuses. Well, that's to be expected from Shrek. Let's begin, Guu said. Ling Yaoshu waved her hand and a metal door on the side of the room opened. This video will end here.